Hey everyone, this is Sunbro, and though this is long overdue, I'm going to be talking about the items from the Sunken King DLC and what's worth it and stuff. Because most of the items don't have like exact descriptions. Hopefully, I won't miss any. I'm gonna go through these one by one just to make sure that I don't miss any. Gonna start off with the Puzzling Stone Sword. I did bother to upgrade it to +5. And while this sword is definitely interesting, especially its special attacks and its stab is extremely long when it thrusts it out, um, as you saw, it only upgrades by like a little bit each time. It started out at 120 damage, and this is its two-handed continued attack. It just does the double spin. Um, yeah, it started out at 120 damage, and it only upgraded 5 points each time. But it does scale S with dexterity, and it's really, really easy to wield. Only 5 strength and 6 dex, so if you're going for like a pure dex build, this is a really good sword to have. It also has higher poise break than either of the swords I'm currently using, the Sun Sword or the Varangian Sword. It also has a higher critical by 10, so it's definitely a decent weapon. It's something that I actually bothered to upgrade. Uh, and yeah, this is going to be a lot of me looking for stuff just to make sure I don't miss anything. Sorry. Um, yeah, this thing. I don't think I'm able to use its its special attack. Yeah, it won't let me. um, but if you could use its, well, if I could use its special attack, then it'll fire out a little thing. Um, yeah, well, it serves as a catalyst and stuff. So, um, and that I think that's it for weapons. Actually, there wasn't. No, wait, I'm missing one. This one. Because I just realized I missed the most interesting one. And the reason this one is the most interesting is that if you look, not only does it have the physical, but it also has magic and lightning. And it's a great sword that scales A with Dex, which is a bit peculiar. Oh, it doesn't rest on my shoulder properly, but whatever. Um, and since I have such a high Dex, if you look at it, it's 150 plus 175, and I haven't even upgraded this yet. So if you, I know just like the rest of the items in the DLC, it does not upgrade much per upgrade. More so than the puzzling sword, um, but not nearly as much. The same thing with the armor for this set, which is what I'm going to be showing you. Um, but yeah, this is a really good one, and um, as far as I can tell, like if you saw, the scaling doesn't go up for the magic or the lightning, because if you look at the stats, it doesn't scale with either of them, so it only upgrades with them. So if you smith it, then it will go up for those stats as well, not just the standard attack for it. But yeah, that's definitely a really good, great sword. Especially if you're going for a slightly heavier dual wielding build. This, along with the Drangelic sword, or Dranglaic, sorry. People get mad at me for mispronouncing it now. Um, yeah, these two swords together would be a great dual wielding combination. Um, and then next, gonna look at rings. If I can remember what they are. Oh yeah, this is one of the ones you find right at the beginning. Dark Quartz Ring plus 3. So if you're having trouble with the final boss, this is definitely a ring to wear. Um, that's really all about that ring. It's pretty much just the standard ring, but it's +3, and you can get it in your normal game. Though you can also get this one +2 in the normal game. So yeah, if you got the DLC and are having trouble with dark attacks, pretty much you can speed run to where that item is, and then you'll have really high dark defense. And oh yeah, there were these ones. How could I forget? This one is something that well, I guess I'm just gonna ask for you guys that have the DLC. Is anyone able to do testing for this ring for me? Because it'd save me a lot of time. Because I don't have a lot of things on this character, and I don't want to go through the entire DLC again just for this ring on a Faith build, because the the patch that nerfed Faith came out at around the same time as the DLC. Came out just before, on the 18th, and the DLC came out on the 23rd. This ring says it increases lightning attack, but reduces physical defense. I don't know by how much it increases um, lightning attack, because if it's a significant amount, then I guess I would understand if using the ring and not nerfing lightning would be overpowered. Um, but it's a bit odd to like force people to wear this ring if they want to keep their lightning damage um, high, I guess. Um, best thing I can do is to equip it and see if it actually shows an increase. Oh, I just realized I forgot 2 weapons. Yeah, this one. No. Regretfully, in this game, it doesn't show actual increases on your items, at least as far as I can tell. Um, no, it doesn't. Which is no. Oh, wait, there it is. +30. Okay, so that's not a huge increase. But I'm kind of rambling. Sorry. What I'm really curious is if it increases the damage from lightning spears. Because if it does, then that would be a good thing. Um, and then next up is a ring that I'm already wearing because it's extremely good if you're going to, like, it was a godsend that that was in the game because I required myself to have such crappy armor, which means my equip load was low, is Flynn's ring. And Flynn's ring, at least this thing tells you, like, exactly what it does. Um, utilizes the strength of the wind such that lower equip load proportionally increases physical attack. And at first I misinterpreted it as how much you're wearing based on your equip load, but it's actually just your equip load in general. So you're going to want your vitality to be as low as possible to get the most benefits from this ring. And I forget what mine was when I got the ring, but it increased my physical damage by about 40. And I think I was at I think I was at 16 vitality at the time, so it's definitely a significant increase. That paired with the Ring of Blades I found is a great combination if you're just going with melee. Yeah, it's just good. This is one I haven't tested out at all. It's I don't know. I it can be good, but it's too random to be reliable basically. I mean, it's literally what it says. It's a very short and sweet description. Sometimes reflects spells, and as you see, I have that little rippling effect. I don't know what the percentage is. I should have probably bothered to look this up in the wiki, but I'll link the the Dark Souls 2 wiki in the description, um, if you want to know like exact numbers on this stuff. So yeah, it reflects spells sometimes. So it can be a random godsend in PvP that you get randomly saved when you misdodge a really powerful spell or something, and it reflect or deflects it. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, and yeah, that's actually it for the rings. Now back to the weapon that I forgot. Or two weapons, actually. I'm going to save the Yorg Spear for last, but Wrathful Axe is definitely something I can't wield, but it has B, C, and has also a Faith requirement, which is why I can't show you its special attack, regretfully, but it's really big. And you get it from the boss, Elena, Child of Dark. This is made from her soul. And both usable souls in the DLC, you use them at Ornifex. Neither of them are used at the other guy. And as you all know, I have a horrible memory, so I don't even remember his name. Strayed. Just remembered it. I don't think it has any special effects. I don't see any special effects. But yeah, it's supposed to have a special attack. But this one is something I can wield, and this one is a very interesting weapon. It is basically Santier's spear that scales. Um, as you can see, it's pretty strong. It has a base of 214, and it scales C and B. So right now unupgraded, it's already going up by 201. This one actually does get upgraded by a significant amount with each upgrade, though it does use petrified dragon bones. I think I remember it was like ranging from 15 to 18 when I looked it up, what it was going to be upgrading each time. So it's extremely strong. The downside is it reduces all of your elemental defenses by 70. And you'd think that wouldn't be worth it, except for its move set is really good. Like that. So yeah, it has spin to win, and it also has a really slow stab, but then it transitions into a really quick spinning attack. And then its standard is literally just thrust, and then a side slash is the strong attack for one-handed. So it definitely has a large variety of moves for being a spear. But as you notice, under my stamina bar, an icon was added when I equipped it, and even though it is decreasing all of your really useful defenses by 70, it's also increasing your bleed resist by 70, petrify resist by 70, and no, I'm not reading this, I just remembered. Somehow I remembered this, and it increases your poison defense by 200. So, if you're looking for a replacement for your Santier Spear in PvP, and you're always getting poisoned by people, then this is a great alternative, because it'll pretty much eliminate your need to have to worry about poison at all. So this is definitely one of the great weapons from the DLC. It's made from the boss of Sin, the Slumbering Dragon, because that is a spear stabbed into him, not an arrow, because I was dumb. So yeah, there's that one, and that's the last weapon. But then there's also this, the Crown of the Sunken King, and what it does is it lowers your vigor and your vitality by 1 when you wear it, but it increases your endurance, strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith by 1. And if you look at my stats now, and then I unequip it, you can see my endurance went down, vigor and vitality went up, strength dex went down. Um, if you have 51 vigor, it basically cancels that one out. Because at 51 you'll only be gaining 5 HP per. So if you don't want to lose 20 HP by equipping the ring or crown, uh, because you have under 50 for vigor, then just get to 51, and then you'll only lose 5 HP by equipping it. And if you don't mind losing 1 point for your equip load, then it's definitely a fine thing to wear. Especially because it increases your strength and dex by 1, which is really nice. And then we have a new armor set. Well, technically we have the Sanctum Knight armor, but I didn't get it all. It's just the standard armor from the enemies. It's okay, but this is one of the main ones that you get, and it definitely looks cool wearing it. Oh no, I have people online. And this one I tried to upgrade because I wanted to see how it was. And what I discovered, and it definitely looks cool, especially the little cape. Yeah, what I discovered is that just like the puzzling sword, it barely upgrades at all when you put stuff on it. It does upgrade with standard Titanite, though. But, yeah, I guess really the best thing about it is that unupgraded, the chest is really good, just like the Alva set. But same as the Alva set, the other pieces of the armor are not great, so it's a good thing to wear just for the chest piece, especially if you're not going to upgrade it, because if you compare the chest piece, if you look at the values there, and then compare it to the Alone, or Loon, however you want to say it, Captain armor, which is an extremely good armor, and as you can see, it's even heavier. Its physical defense values are a lot higher. Its poise is significantly less, 22 versus 38, but yeah, its standard defense values are significantly higher. But when you upgrade them, the Alune Captain armor is going to be stronger at plus 10. So it's just basically if you want I don't know, something to supplement your current chest armor without having to use a bunch of upgrades, because you'd have to upgrade this to plus 4 for it to be equal to this. So I guess if you want to save a little bit of smithing materials, but they both upgrade with Titanite, so it usually wouldn't be an issue for anybody. Let's see, what's next? I think all that's left are items. You have dried root, which is just basically a super long life gem. What else? This is like the most professional thing I've ever done, right? Sorry. And then you have all these, which are definitely interesting. You get a lot more of the old growth balms, which I think is stupid because it heavily favors strength builds. But yeah, you get these, and it temporarily increases strength. This one, Vine Balm, temporarily increases dexterity. Black Weed Balm, which you only get after defeating the trio of bandits boss that I did for the last episode of the DLC. It's in their room. And then the Golden Fruit Balm, which increases faith. And then there's this one, which I'd like to see somebody test or see how it works, because you can only use it when you're near death, is when it'll affect you. At least that's what it says. And it's supposed to increase your damage by a lot and decrease the amount you take by a lot. So it's supposed to be able to save you in a tough spot. It should, because it costs 48,000 souls to buy from the merchant right over there. And is that all of them? Yeah, that's the last thing. But I just, well, not last thing in total. I actually just remembered something I didn't put on. Like I said, this is gonna be all over the place. The flower skirt, which you also get from defeating the bandit trio. Uh, as far as I can tell, all it does is increase your health by about 5%. Like if you look at a health bar right now, and then I'll equip flower skirt, increased by a little bit. But it's definitely not something for male characters to be wearing. Uh, yeah, definitely looks a bit odd on a male character. But yeah, it increases your HP by a little bit. That's really about it. What else did I have? I don't know. Pretty sure there was, yeah. Okay. And this is something that definitely, like, I hope they make up for it for the DLCs, because with the nerf and all the items from the DLC, I kind of just feel like they were like, screw you guys who use faith builds, because you get an absurdly powerful sorcery in the DLC called Focus Souls, requires 2 attunement slots and takes 60 intelligence. It's pretty much a more directed version of Soul Bolt. And then you also get this, which is a staff-used hex, so still favoring intelligence. And I've seen this used in a YouTube video, and it's really, really strong. It basically is what it says. It's not just a different version of this. Um, it's apparently something you actually like use. I don't know. It's odd. Well, it's kind of like that. Like you fire out like a how do I put it? Like a wave with it in front of you, kind of like the what is that? The Moonlight Greatsword. It's kind of like that. Um, so yeah, and it's a extremely powerful hex. Like, so if you're using hexes and you're going more towards intelligence with them, that's something you definitely want to be your heavy hitter over affinity, because it's really, really strong. And as far as I can remember, that is everything that you get from the DLC. At least I'm pretty sure. If I missed anything important, let me know. But I think that's it. So overall, some really good stuff in the DLC, and especially if you are someone who uses melee or someone who uses God, my brain's gone. Someone who uses an intelligence build as well, or hexes. Um, so, yeah, I mean, the ring for lightning, I know that increases lightning, but it decreases your physical defense by, I think it was 100 or something like that. I forget. But I guess if you're gonna wear that lightning ring, you should like cancel it out by wearing Ring of Steel protection, because that increases your physical defense. So, I guess you could do that. But overall, it definitely didn't give Faith characters anything new to work with. Looking forward to the next DLC. Hopefully, they will have good things for Faith characters, because when you kill the Iron King, if it actually deals with him, I hope it does, and it's not just a pretty name for the DLC. Because his soul in New Game Plus and beyond can be used to get Blinding Bolt, which is a pretty powerful miracle. So I hope that we actually get something in that DLC to make up for the ridiculous nerf of Faith builds. So, and again, if anyone can test that, whatever ring, the this one, lightning clutch ring. If anyone can test that out for me with lightning spears, I would appreciate it greatly, because it would save me about 10 hours of time. So, yeah. Alright, that's it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, even though it was a bit rambly and not professional at all. But yeah, still hope you all enjoyed. Remember to praise the sun. And I will see you all next time.